Et oui, il n'y a pas qu'en Aveyron qui neige. Et les joies du verglas. On est tombés tous les deux à peu près au même endroit. Enfin, dans cette descente là. En fait, ce matin, on n'avait pas prévu, mais il a neigé. Bon, bah, c'est le jeu, mais du coup, là, il a vraiment neigé beaucoup. Je pense que c'est un des plus gros jours de neige. Il y avait 15-20 cm ce soir de neige. Et on est allé dans des chemins où il n'y avait pas de chasse-neige. Du coup, c'est super casse-gueule. Et on est arrivé à 17h, on n'avait fait que 55 km. Et on s'est dit, bon, bah, on fait du porte-à-porte. En dernier recours, on plantera la tente dans la forêt, mais il faudrait vraiment qu'on ait de la batterie sur nos téléphones. Et coup de bol, première maison qu'on fait, un porte-à-porte. C'est la personne nous dit, elle parlait pas très bien anglais, et elle nous dit wait a minute, et elle appelle, et il y a un mec, alors à côté d'un stade de foot, un abri, un espèce d'abri de jardin, enfin d'abri de terrain ou je sais pas trop quoi, avec justement un lit et tout. Et super cool. Et les gens nous ont offert de la nourriture et tout. Et franchement, trop sympa. Waouh, l'ange gardien.
Faut enlever le truc entre les jambes, non, pour l'ange? What is your name and how old are you?
My name is Jan Marie, and I'm 27.
And so, where do you live and what do you do in your life? Like, sure.
I live in Brno in Czech Republic, and currently I'm working for a company and we do cabling for the internet. So we provide the infrastructure for the internet in apartments and in buildings.
And so, do you think that the climate, the fighting for climate, promote ecological transition? It's important for you or not? You think this fight?
It is important for all of us, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. With the COVID situation, we have seen that the most of the country have stopped their economy and all that, and so we have seen that we can do that, and so. You think you can stop some activity who provoke pollution in your life or not?
Yeah, obviously, with that, in that sense, there is improvement because like if you look during the summer or in the past year in the sky, there were no planes. You know, we have so many things that are unnecessary, and we create and make so many stuff that are completely useless, but just because we have the money we buy them. Do you need a new phone every year? Well, you don't, but you know, I know that my parents, and obviously it was different time during communism, but when they bought a TV, when they bought a fridge, it was there for 10-20 years. Nowadays,
but the new generation.
So nowadays you buy a television and then in 3 years you buy a new one or even faster because why not?
Yeah, because it's better.
So that's the thing, that we just buy things unnecessarily, or they break down quite often because they are not made to last, because you have to sell and sell. In Europe, I think, or in everywhere, I think that the trains should be used more. But when it's sometimes cheaper to fly from Brno to Berlin, instead of taking the train, then that's a bit complicated. And in Czech during the winter, nothing grows here really. So what do you do? So we get tomatoes from Spain or whatever, and everything is just moved back and forth. And I mean, you want tomatoes even in winter, but the sacrifices for that are a bit complicated. It's more of a systemic issue. It's more about how we've created this capitalistic world or whatever you want to call it, and it's not really about I should use more bikes instead of cars. I think it's just about more about the way we live. In the world we live in, at least in Europe and America, it's very materialistic. And
people buy things which destroys the environment, but people want to buy those things. And politicians are not going to be able to say, well, let's not do that.
Yeah, sure. But we know it's hard to have an ecological impact, because even us who try to do this trip on the ecological transition thematics, because we want also to promote the bike way to transport. But for example, when we're going to buy some food at the supermarket, we try to buy the cheapest, so it's not very ecologic because they are like a plastic bag, and so yeah, it's hard, I think, to be very extreme and to. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's nice to.